On his left, Connor Garland on his right, and we're underway. Joel Eriksson ahead. Wild bring it the other way. Gaudreau throws one on net, and with Jared Spurgeon injured. Crotty's in. Here's Marcus Pettersson, and he scores.
It's been backing in and trying to figure out, but when you're Carlson is going to find Pettersson, Marcus.
He saw pokes it across. Brock Faber moves towards the goal. Centers and unable. Turns on the left wing boards. Quinn Hughes sends one in front. Tipped on goal by Shirt. The Vancouver zone. On the backhand, sends one in front. What a save! It behind the net, out the near side, sends one to the crease, deflected. Short-handed, Kiefer Sherwood shoots, stopped by Gustafsson. Rick Tocchet, of anyone I know.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the chances.
Declan Chisholm sends the puck into Vancouver. Oh, hard hit there, Marcus Pettersson. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, there's no prince, to be honest. Kept everything down. Here's a shot. Score! Here's Hoaglander.
Down here to Hoaglander, the shot, and just the touch it. And the Canucks extend their lead. You're right. Two centermen and Pettersson.
Here's a chance for Faber. Early score.
That comes down, and it's right on his stick, and you can see through. Bounced off the stick there, and as Garland's trying to move it away.
A little grab here often of the code, right?
Right. I mean, you saw
in with Ratu. In on goal. Out to Ratu. Stopped by Gustafsson. But it was knocked down by Hartman. He centers the puck. They score.
And then at the front of the net, a bouncing puck lands. Foligno gets
his left. He's able to stop Linus Karlsson. Puck is cleared, and that'll do it.
12 games that they've gone to overtime.
They have an overtime win against Shrink. Kaprizov has the puck. Zuccarello in front. Alone. He thinks he scores.
It's off. Everyone's watching that, and Zuccarello just shoots the gap.
Able to.
With your assessment of the third period and what happened to allow them to come back into the game.
Well, I think we're up 2-0. We stopped making plays. Guys are getting antsy. It's been a kind of common theme sometimes with our team. We just need to relax. A lot of young guys on the lineup. We get some average guys, so that's understandable. But there's some plays there where you just got to kind of calm down. I thought we were just kind of chipping pucks away when there was nobody around us. So those are the things that you got to really work on, how to deal under pressure. But good effort.
We just talked to Marcus Pettersson. He called the punch on Forbert one of the worst things he's seen. Your reaction to it, and do you have an update on Derek?
I agree with him. No, I don't. I don't have an update on him yet.
Overtime's been a theme all year. Again today, did you see some of the same things that have plagued you earlier in the year?
Well, what did you see? Hoggy missed his man. Poor guy. I mean, he's not out there. Usually he's not out on those things, and he missed his man. That's it. It's not a microcosm of the, it's just overtime's an individual mistake. So that's what happens. And, he's played good hockey, and he missed his man. Move on.
What about they had a lot to play for, right? I mean, the other teams you played knew their positioning in the standings. You'll get that again with Vegas later. This team had a lot to play for. Was that a factor, with you guys being out?
No, there's a factor that we have, we got another guy coming up from Abbotsford, sticking him in the lineup, and we're trying to get him to get a taste of what it's like. We have certain guys in and out of the lineup. I think the guys have done a hell of a job. I cannot be mad at our team at all. So this is not a time to evaluate why we lost this game. I thought, but I will tell you, we have to learn how to play under pressure. And that's just, I don't care who it is, we have to continue to work on that, and we will continue to work on that.
Rick, I wanted to pick up on something that you just said about overtime's an individual mistake. Do you mean that tonight it was an individual mistake, or in general when you lose an overtime
this year
game?
There's been a lot of, I don't know what the word is, a little careless mistakes it's cost us overtime. If you go back in all the overtime, there's some carelessness that we have to clean up. Tonight's just Hoggy's not usually out there, and he just lost his man. It's man on man. He should have stays with the man. But that's he'll learn. That he's a young kid, and he'll just learn from it. It's not his fault. We'll continue to work with these guys.
How much of that, not Hoggy's mistake, but
Yeah.
how much of that making those mistakes in those key moments is related to what you're saying about playing under pressure?
Well, there's definitely something to that. You've been out there for 35 seconds. You're in a vulnerable situation. You don't want to try to make a high-risk play. You live for another shift. You give it to somebody else. You get off, get somebody on. I think what we're doing is, we're trying to make something that's not there. And then what happens, you got good. Usually the best players in overtime, right? Both teams. So when you make a crucial mistake, you give a team a 2-on-1 or a breakaway, they're usually going to score. So I think it's just the understanding of when you're vulnerable, when to go for it, when not to. And it's on me. So I got to start teaching it better. And maybe we got to practice it even more. A lot of you usually don't practice a lot of it, but might have to look into that obviously a lot more this for next year.
I mean, they're just pressing. They're just pressing. They want to make plays, and we're just They're making more plays than us. That's it.
You're playing a lot right now, and mathematically we know where this team is. For you, how much do you want to keep playing at this stage, just kind of given where things are at?
What do you mean?
Well, just, there are some who believe that maybe, given the fact that there's not been a lot at stake, maybe that you need to play less at this time of year. You've been asked.
Oh, personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's hard for me to gauge how much I'm playing. Sometimes I don't know if I played, 22 or 27. It's just how I feel sometimes. So I was actually surprised how much I played today, just looking at it a couple seconds ago. So I feel fine, and we also had, Forbes go down there in the third. So
what was your takeaway from that play, and the fight and how it went down in the late shot?
Yeah, obviously, hate that, that happens, that he's trying to stick up for me too. That obviously doesn't feel too good, but Forbes is a great teammate, and definitely a competitive guy. You just said it, we're out of the playoffs, and he doesn't, there's a lot of guys that wouldn't do anything, and he doesn't look the other way, but I didn't see the shot. They said it was a 5, so apparently it was pretty dirty, and I don't know what he was doing, the circus act after getting kicked out. But I think obviously there's got to be a level of respect, so I haven't seen the shot again, but yeah.
Quinn, what's been so difficult about overtime this season?
It's a good question. I don't know.
When you talked a little bit earlier this week about wearing the C and leading this team, I'm wondering what sort of influence the Sedins have had on you this season in terms of playing that role. What have you been able to learn from them?
I mean, they're obviously very passionate and, love coming to the games and cheering for us and rooting for the Canucks. And it's, an honor to play in front of them. So obviously want to, bring your best effort, and felt that way since, my first game here.